Yeah, sure. Thanks for having me. Yeah, exciting game yesterday to close out the regular season at McClyman. And it was senior day, so it was a big day for our departing guys, and talked a lot about closing out well at home, obviously finding form at the right time of the season, and ultimately sending our seniors off with a win against a highly ranked and quality Ohio State opponent. We won 3-2. We were up 2-0 at halftime. Gave up a goal fairly early in the second half, then scored another one to go up 3-1. And then they got another one back pretty quickly, and then we hung on to win. And really happy for the seniors, so proud of this group. Obviously, there's been a coaching change, and it's a transition for them to hear from a new staff, a new leadership, and they've completely bought in to our new ideas and our style of play, and just that's soccer. There's so many different kind of ways to approach this sport, and they've been all in since day one, and I appreciate everything that they've given to this program and to me, and helping my transition into this fine institution, and really happy that we could get a great win to send them off, and now we move into Big Ten tournament play against Rutgers on the road, and yeah, excited for that matchup on Friday.
Could you just, I guess, look ahead to Rutgers a little bit? That was a game here in Madison where got an early red card and made it difficult, but it was a pretty good effort by the guys. Just talk about getting another chance to play them, hopefully at full strength for 90 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, they're a good side. There's a reason they're the number 2 seed in the conference. They have a very good team. They've got what I think will probably be the Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year in M.D. Myers. I think he leads the country nationally in goals and points. He's a handful, but he's not the only piece that they have to that attack. And they've just got a really balanced and quality team. And that's one thing that you have in this conference. Every team is good, every coach is good, every player is good, and we'll have to find new ways to approach that game. But look, we're a different team than we were when we played them, but they're also a different team than when they played us. So that was what, the 23rd of September, if I'm correct, and that's a long time ago in the landscape of a college soccer season. So they're different, we're different. It'll be a great battle, and I think that the boys will be up for the match on Friday night.
Neil, is this project ahead of schedule, would you say? Did you have a schedule?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I think we're in a good spot. I'm loving coaching these guys. I think they're enjoying playing with each other and being a part of this program. We had a special moment yesterday. Chris Mueller, former Badger and current Chicago Fire MLS professional, was on a great Badger team here in 2017 that went to the Sweet 16. He came up and talked to our players just about what it means to be a part of this program, what it means to him to be an alumni of this program, things that he learned during his time here at Wisconsin, and things that shaped him to be the man and the soccer player that he is today. So that was special, and we appreciate everything that Chris has given to this program and taking time to come watch yesterday. And Mark Segbers was here yesterday as well, another former Badger, and they love this place. I spoke with them after the game, and that was special. But in terms of the project being ahead of schedule, I think it's on schedule. I think we're making progress day by day, and we're recruiting hard, and we're training these players hard, and they're making a lot of progress, and we're just super proud of where we're at right now. But hey, we're not happy with where we're at. We finished 7th. We can't take that out of context. Yes, we're in the Big Ten tournament, and we've had 2 big wins, but we did finish 7th, and our goal is to finish higher than that, and we want to get a home game. That was our goal heading into the season, is to get a home Big Ten quarterfinal game, and we didn't get that, but is what it is at this point, and we want to go get to the semifinal and take it from there. But I think we're doing everything we can, and the players are buying into everything that we're preaching and teaching, and I'm super proud of them and appreciative of them for that.
You haven't really singled anyone out, but you notice guys up front like Max Keenan's been scoring a lot, and Jack Finnegan, you almost can hear other coaches when he's a guy that people key on, I think, because he has pretty good skill. Can you just talk about the offensive end of your guys' games and the strikers and the forwards?
Yeah, I mean, Max has had a great season. It's actually an interesting story with Max. Like, my prior coaching position before Wisconsin was Loyola Chicago, and Max was transferring to Loyola Chicago to start in January of 2022. I got offered the job here in early January 2022 and had the tough moment of having to tell my Loyola Chicago players that I was moving to Wisconsin. And right after that time with the current players, I called the incoming freshman and Max, who was an incoming transfer, and to tell him that I was leaving, and I wouldn't be at Loyola Chicago anymore. So that was a tough call to all those guys. And then interestingly enough, like Max called me back like 2 hours later, and he'd had time to kind of think about this, big moment. And I never forget the call for as long as I live, because he said like, I wasn't really going to Loyola for Loyola. I was going there to play for you. And I was like, wow, that's like pretty touching and much appreciated. But like, you're going to be great at Loyola, like I wish you the best of luck, and they've got a good team, and you're going to only add to a quality team. And he said, well, is there any way I can come to Wisconsin with you? And I said, wow, that's going to be an interesting first call to the admissions department or academic services. I've been on the job for about 5 minutes, and can I squeeze a guy into school here late? So our academic services department and admissions are fantastic, as we all know, and we were able to get Max, who's a quality student, into this fine university, and it's been a good addition. And then Jack Finnegan's like, he's super dangerous. He's definitely someone that's on everyone's scouting report, that is a dynamic attacking player that can go to his left, to his right. He's got good speed, good balance, good athleticism, and great skill and finishing ability. So, yeah, those are two real threats up top for the opponent, and we just hope that they keep finding their goal-scoring form. They had a great combination for the winning goal against Northwestern, and they each scored yesterday. So they're hitting their stride right at the right time of the season.